What it is, what it do, and how the hell are all of you with yours truly, Petra Fucker, back with another mother lover. You already know the deal, baby. Keep it 100% real. I need y'all to grab your drink, grab your smoke, and lock in with your boy. Because this could be a long one, you know what I'm saying? Whole lot of shit going on in the news lately. Whether it's the right, the left, the right, the left, up, the down, the whatever. It's just a lot of shit going on. And I don't foresee it really getting better before the end of the election. You got Biden, you got Trump, you got them snapping at each other, you got them telling each other what it is, what it ain't. And I think that's what we want as citizens. I think that's what we expect when it comes to the election season, right? We expect a knockdown, drag-out fight, especially after 2016 between Trump and Hillary. And to me, that's cool. It don't really matter. But that being said, we see a lot of people bending the knee, right? That's true, we really do. We see people cancel culture. We see people get called out for shit that happened 10 years ago and buried for it now. We see people that did shit 10 weeks ago get buried for it now. And one of the things that I also see is we got people that are okay with essentially staying in a gray area. And what do I mean by that, right? Well, I mean, we got the McCloskeys, right? Y'all remember the McCloskeys, Karen and Ken, with the straps in St. Louis protecting their property. That's not the real names of Karen and Ken, but y'all know what I mean. And McCloskeys, the police had to serve a warrant on their house and take that rifle and that pistol. They also said that they're waiting to be indicted. They're waiting to be indicted for protecting their property in a state that has the castle doctrine. So they're able to shoot you if you're on their fucking property and they told you not to. The protesters weren't supposed to be in the area anyways. It's private property. You have no reason to be in there. And you broke the gate to get down in there. So that's fucked up. Right? But that's not the point. The whole point is the McCloskeys are basically saying the cops didn't want to be there, but they had to do their job, so they're doing their job that is essentially infringing on your constitutional rights, because, hey, it's 2020, right? And if they're not fucking with your constitution, they're not doing what they want to do. They want to take the guns, right? They want to do what they're going to do. Just like that lady in Detroit that pulled out the pistol on the family at Chipotle after she bumped arms or whatever with the girl, and then the mom, and they're going to start fighting, whatever, this, that, the other thing. They're going to block the lady from leaving after they tried to leave. I mean, everything's on video. You can watch the whole context, all that, but she's going to get charged with a felony too for protecting herself. This shit's fucked up, bro. I could understand if she actually did something, but at least the lady out in Detroit had fucking trigger discipline. Unlike Karen that was waving her hand around in St. Louis and shit, or wherever, Louisville or whatever it was, wherever it was. I'm not exactly sure. It's just the McCloskeys. If Mrs. McCloskey wouldn't, if she had poor trigger discipline, is my point. And the gun rights, they're just going after people's guns. That we already know. Beto already said that shit 8 months ago, and Biden said, "Well, that's my guy on guns." They're gonna keep going after it. They're gonna keep making it sound like it's the gun is the problem. They're gonna keep making it sound like they need to take them, because God forbid the tool could actually stop something bad from happening. You have progressive lawmakers already trying to figure out how to enforce whatever they can. That's what the lady in the DA that's going after the McCloskeys made it clear she's going to do whatever she can in her power to indict them. That's fucked up. San Francisco is coming out with the Karen Act. It's a proposed bill that will go basically into effect. So basically, if you're going to call, it can't be based around anything race-wise, essentially, is basically what it means. And it's fucked up. It's an act that doesn't need to go, and it's pure virtue signaling. And then another thing that I seen the left popping off about, not as much because I think it was easily debunked because the police let the video come out that was true. Hakeem Littleton, he was shot and killed by the police, but the body cam footage shows that Hakeem shot at the police, point blank range. I don't know how that man don't have good aim, but he didn't pop the cops. He shot at him, but he didn't get him, and they lit him up. But if you would have actually seen before they leaked the video, people were going to try to spin it that the police just lit him up for no reason. The department actually had to come out and literally say, because of the way the news was going, we had to release this because of that. That's why we released it. The video shows him clearly grab a gun and fire at the officers 4 times. Who knows why he fired at the police officers? All of his homies were literally gonna just take the charge. They were all in cuffs on the ground. They didn't give a fuck. They were done. They knew the game was done. And the longer we talk about crime skyrocketing, we also get the double edge of the sword. One of these last weekends, 300 LA cops called in sick. It was an extremely brutal weekend for crime in LA, but the police called in sick. Then the left tried to go after Goya Foods, because Goya, the CEO, not only spoke good about Trump, but he spoke good about the Obamas when they had him come out and speak. So they just went after him. And then they tried to go after Ivanka Trump for somehow supporting Goya. Because some of this shit doesn't matter to me. It's just a point that people are going to try to argue and use as a straw man in an argument. There's no reason for me to go after looking at what Ivanka did with the Goya, because I don't really care. It holds no bearing on the election. It only holds bearing on certain people's feelings, because they get all upset about people not bowing down to what they want. More and more people, I do believe, are opening their eyes to the lies that Black Lives Matter has pushed, the lies that Biden has pushed, the lies that mayors and governors have pushed, the lies that Fauci has pushed, just the lies. I think people are opening their eyes. I'm not saying that everything they've ever said was a lie, but the lies that they did say, I think people are opening up to that. And I know, like, what's the point of this episode, Petra? There's really no point of it. I got so many notes, so much shit going on, man. Where do you start? Now, I'm just starting wherever I see fit. And a lot of leftists do not want Joe Biden to debate Trump unless Trump caves to whatever Joe Biden wants, like releasing his tax information or caving to this or that. It's kind of fucked up, but it's the truth. They really don't. They don't want to play ball unless the ball's 100% in their court. And that's just, it's not going to happen. I don't see it happening. Shit, we had crime skyrocket to over 200% in New York. We had 243 shootings just this year in Minneapolis, and there was 269 all of last year in Minneapolis. The crime is skyrocketing in every major city across the United States, whether the left wants to believe it, whether the right wants to believe it, or whether the center wants to believe it. Crime is skyrocketing, and that's because of the demoralizing of police. I don't care what anyone says. And I can't stand the fucking cops, but yet here we have to defend them. Still illegal to smoke weed in my state. If I get caught with any hash oil or anything, they're going to throw me a fucking felony. Because I've been stopped a million times, because I've been detained, because I've caught tickets. When they stop me, they ain't too fond of me either. They know I'll talk back. So, the fuck? Here I have to defend them. It's fucked. But we have our mayors getting booed going down the street because they won't agree with the mob. We got them out there doing the Cupid shuffle. We have them out there painting the streets. But the minute it comes to their doorstep, that's when they want to be ironclad mayors. Such as Jenny Durkin out in Seattle. The minute Chaz showed up to her house, ooh, she was mad. But the bodies that dropped and the people that were killed, that didn't matter beforehand. The minute they went to her house, it mattered. Shit, you got the DA out in Los Angeles saying she doesn't believe in defunding the police. She believes in reform. And she's basing her experience, she's basing all of her experience on the fact that she grew up in Los Angeles during the 70s and the 80s. I have talked to some old heads that were born in the 50s, and they're telling me that the crime right now is as bad as it was back in the day. Back in the day. Not in the 90s. I'm talking about the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s. Then you got our Congress people. You got AOC, you got Ilhan Omar, Schumer, Pelosi. You got our Congress people pushing a narrative that the country is racist. I'm not saying AOC or Ilhan Omar, but I'm talking about Pelosi, Biden, Schumer, so many, Jerry Nadler. Yeah, they've been in office for 40 years, and it's somehow now they're saying it's racist and it needs change. It wasn't racist 40 years ago when you got in there, though, was it? No, it wasn't, because it's racist because you're a racist piece of shit. Just like I've said before, anybody that's going to say, oh, you're racist because, they're racist because they probably did some heinous shit or said some heinous shit, or they're afraid something's going to come out against them. I wholeheartedly believe that. But you got AOC out in New York blaming the crime skyrocketing on people that are broke, or they don't have money, or they're afraid they can't pay their rent. Then you got Andrew Cuomo, the governor, literally coming out and saying, no, I don't know why she said that, because I passed this bill to where you don't have to pay rent during the pandemic if you don't have the money, da-da-da-da-da. Well, you had basically Andrew Cuomo refute everything that AOC said, but yet you don't hear about that. You just see what AOC said. Then you got Ilhan Omar in the Star Tribune talking about we as the people need to target any system that's oppressive. She was specifically talking about the economic system and the political system and all those systems. She was talking about dismantling the entire fucking system that the U.S. was built upon. Now, I'm not saying that we don't need to reform in a lot of these areas, but the way she was saying that the economic system is oppressive really surprises me, because she was able to pay her husband's E Street Company group, the one that campaigns for her, almost $1 million for campaigning for her. So, how the fuck is the economic system oppressive if you're able to pull off that? Sounds like it's virtue signaling. Sounds like it's pandering. Sounds like another progressive wave to try to change a system that doesn't need to be fixed all entirely. It just needs to be reformed. Like I've said before, it's a class issue. When you go over into over north, or you go over south, and you see all the main strips just literally empty buildings and stuff there, I really think you need to put opportunity in those neighborhoods. And that's as a conservative. Real opportunity needs to go to the neighborhoods. I'm sorry to say, Governor Walz, you do not get the other $15-16 million when you made it blatantly clear on live television to every Minnesotan the day they were burning down all those buildings in South Minneapolis. Oh, we got this. Minnesota's got this. We're going to protect our own. I seen all those signs down there that Longfellow and all of them were going to help build up the area. Don't you dare be asking the federal government to rebuild what you helped break. All those old historic buildings in Minneapolis, all those old buildings that everybody and their mama knew about that are no longer there, that's on Governor Walz. That's on Mayor Frey. And that's on everybody that burnt them down. AOC's exact words were, for herself, for her saying she doesn't want a police detail, saying police detail wouldn't make her feel safe day to day. She's okay with having a police detail when she's going to go do town halls and those things, but she doesn't want a police detail to wait outside her house day to day, which is a good thing because she probably doesn't need one. Just like the city council in Minneapolis doesn't need private security, especially at $4,500 a day. Upwards of like $150,000 at the end of the year for 3 people to have fucking private security after those are the 3 people that are begging to have the police defunded. I mean, all 12 city council